Good morning. Welcome back. It's been a busy several days for me, and I've been kind of itching to do a reading and then kept feeling like I didn't really have the time because I was doing other stuff that I needed to prioritize, and so here I am. I decided on a point in time reading, which is one of my favorite layouts, and I'm also gonna just kind of highlight my Soleone tarot deck here. It's a deck that I'm really proud to have a copy of. It's one of those things that made its way into my life through a friend. A close friend was gifted this deck back in the Bay Area, like in the 90s, I think, in Oakland. And then he's not necessarily an esoteric or tarot type person. He liked and collected comics and games and stuff like that. But he knew I read cards, and at some point he gave me the deck. It's not in print anymore. It was printed originally by US Games, but I think it only had one printing like in the 80s. It's a pretty dark deck. It's by an Italian artist, and it really explores power. The images are classic tarot images for the most part, but it explores power and abuses of power in a kingdom. Basically, it's a different theme than other ways of looking at the tarot. This deck looks at power and abuses of power, and so I love it, and I feel honored that my friend thought to give it to me at some point, because who knows where it would be. I'm very grateful that I have it because I love cards and I love tarot, and it's just a really awesome deck, and the images are very beautiful. They're just kind of brutal. So they're not the greatest deck in some ways to use for light readings. Let me just get situated here. It's not even, the sun wasn't even really rising yet when I started this, so. So that's going to be our representative of us, the Fool card. Now let me just shuffle here for a point in time. This is just a general reading for you out there. Sometimes I try to remember to take my glasses off. I like those glasses, but they're a little bit thicker frame than I would have chosen, possibly. They just engulf my face a little more than I would have wanted, but I don't mind a thick frame and glasses. If you're going to wear glasses, you might as well wear glasses that look like you're wearing glasses, in my opinion. Those are really thick, though. I have a fairly small face for those thick frames, so I'd like to get another pair, but they're kind of on the spendier side for reading glasses, so I'm having to kind of be selective about when I get my spendy purchases still. And I am broke as a joke. In some ways, I'm land rich but cash poor. And somehow I owe taxes this year. Do not get me started. I don't know how or why I owe taxes. I should not. I qualify right now 100% for Medicaid because I went out on my own and started a business, and it takes a while to get your client base and your income going. And yet somehow the state of Oregon, nope, I've got to pay them taxes this year. Even though they've qualified me for Oregon Health Plan 100%, I don't even have a copay, but I still owe them taxes. And I'm also providing an essential service in a rural county for the state of Oregon. There's barely any therapists out here, and I'm providing essential service, but that doesn't matter either. Anyways, that's my little rant. I was very frustrated to find out I owe taxes this year. I was hoping for a little bit of relief to just not have to pay, even if I didn't owe. But I guess when you start your own business, you're just gonna owe. Like, I'm new to that world, so anyways. General message here for the collective. What's something that you can or should be knowing about right now? Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so that's kind of nice. There's a song that's running through my mind for some reason, and I can't think of who sings it offhand for some reason, but I think it's called like 30th Century Man. It's some alternative artist. Someone's probably going to be all ashamed for me that I can't think of who it is. But it's really this deep voice. Something, something like 30th Century Man. Like, there might be something in that song for you, because it's running through my mind this morning, all morning as I was getting ready to do this reading. Something, something, blah, da, da, da. Which one will you choose? Shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. It's I don't know who it is. I don't know who that song is, but that song might have meaning for you. Now let's see where we are in point in time. Oops. All right, well, back with the thick frame glasses, because I can't read these at all in this dark, early morning light. So the good news right off the bat is, if we're wanting information, if you're here wanting to figure out what the hell's going on, we're going to get a lot of future messages. There's not a lot of background and context being provided here. There's just a lot of future information, so that's kind of good. So you made some kind of a collaboration with someone. You've been working with some folks. And it's a new realm, or like a new area or a new avenue of exploration for you. But you've started a new project with some people. And you're optimistic and hopeful, and kind of by starting that, you also had a sense of, by starting this project, I might be starting my next chapter of my life. If it goes the way I think it's going to go, I'm excited and optimistic about where this change is taking me. And it's taking you in an amazing direction. You're going to be traveling, you're racing towards a success. In the immediate future, right beyond the present moment, which is right here, you're in a chariot going towards your success, or being seen and acknowledged for your success, or it could even be literal travel, that you're traveling for this project, this collaborative project. Something about the project is clear. You have clear focus on this project and on your vision and on your success. You're singularly focused. And the reason I chose this deck is because I wanted to see if there would be any power dynamics in play for you. And there is, because in this Ace of Swords card right beyond the Chariot, you're very focused and clear and determined, and in terms of going for what you want. The being careful message here with the Ace of Swords and the Soleone deck is, I don't know if you can make this image out, but she's about to be executed. A peasant girl is about to be executed. So this might be such force of clarity and force of your perspective and force of insight on your end that you're not clear about the needs of those around you. So watch out. This is not a typical meaning for an Ace of Swords, but it's coming out here because that's the image of this card, and the theme of this deck is a little bit of brutal power. So just watch out for that. Watch out that you're not so focused on your goals and ambitions and desires that that you're doing things in an unfair way or not connected to your heart, for example, because in this Ace of Swords cards, this priest is looking on while this person is being executed. So the brutal ruling class here has the permission of the state, of the priesthood, to be doing what it's doing, right? So that's where there's illusion that can be in play, where they're certain about their position, but really, would Jesus really want peasant people to be executed? Probably not, right? Right beyond this clarity, though, so you've got clarity, but that's the warning for your clarity and your focus, is the Lover card. So that's a really great card. You might either have a decision to make, or this is you moving in a very determined way towards what you want in love, to the exclusion of reason. Even though the Ace of Swords is supposed to be a very clear, reasonable card, in this layout it's not so much. It's a little bit like blind force almost, or blind will. So it's a warning. You've got to watch out as you're moving your way towards this love and this success, that you watch out here for lacking clear vision and making the wrong choice. This is a powerful reading for someone. There's two aces here. There's also an Ace of Wands. So you're really impassioned. You're really impassioned. You are a lover, and you're getting ready to move towards this object of your affection. That's what's coming out here. You're so focused on it that you might be going forward even a little bit blindly. It's almost like an opposite understanding of the Ace of Swords towards this love choice. You've been through a lot. You've really been through a lot here. You've overcome an addiction, is what it's looking like, or overcome a way of life that doesn't make sense to you anymore. Maybe a way of life that was kind of driven by vice and by greed and by distraction, right? Like a kind of a lower vibrational way of living. I'm not trying to judge it, but you might have started waking up to the fact that you want more for your life. And it was a fight to get to that point. You're pretty worn out, but you're ready to make your love offer. You've gotten clarity about it, and you want to move towards this loving relationship, and you're ready to make this love offer, but because you've got kind of this brutal intensity about you almost around the love offer, you're coming in a little bit like a drunk lover, like someone who shows up at your door at 1 a.m., you know, hey, what are you doing? Or text you, right? Like might be kind of how you're showing up, is a little bit like with some liquid courage. What's interesting is right beyond that is the Page of Swords, and I'm not understanding what he's doing here in this context, because beyond the page is the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new start, and this is what you want. This is what you're focused on and what you're going for. You've surrendered and overcome this relational, or this love might have been, okay, here's what's going on. So as you've been trying to overcome and find a new way to live and live outside of kind of materialism and vice, the love that you feel for this person has almost like it's taken that place in your world where you're really now focused on that and this lover, and everything's going to make sense when we're together. And I now see clearly I'm getting rid of my old ways. I'm getting serious about, and I'm going to make her an offer, and I'm really serious about it. But you might not have really stabilized all the way into that energy yet. Even though you have this clarity, there's still an instability here of fatigue and a vulnerability to just using the relationship as your new substance, if that makes sense. People talk about love addiction, which is, I think, kind of overemphasized to some extent in addiction medicine. But if you think about all of the pleasure that gets released in our body when we're falling in love and when we're meeting something we really connect with, it makes sense that an addictive part of us would then kind of want to be thinking, feeling that as much as possible, right? Like addiction parts want to feel good and want to feel relieved from whatever is upsetting them or bothering them. So it makes sense that you're a little bit vulnerable right now to replacing your old vices with this relationship, which isn't necessarily fair to the other party. So that's why it's coming out in this warning. And I'm glad, because this needs to get out there to someone. You might be wanting to rush in like this drunk night here, and you need to use a little bit more discretion around controlling your passion a little bit. With this swords element here, you're watching and waiting, but you're on fire for this relationship after you've walked away and stood your ground. You maybe have decided, if I want this relationship, I'm gonna have to make some tough choices. Like with my old ways of living, they're not appropriate for this new relationship. You're gonna have to walk away from some old ways, but you're not even really that upset about it, because the Eight of Cups is usually like, it's sad maybe to say goodbye, but you know it's right. And that can also be deciding to get clean, deciding to smoke pot, deciding to quit smoking pot, right? That could be an Eight of Cups kind of experience where you may have had a really loving and dependent relationship with cannabis, and saying goodbye to it is sad, but you know it's right, for example, something like that, right? By doing that, you're bringing in this new energy that's less vigilant and unsure and more just joyful and fun, right? And good news and good information and standing your ground. So this is a passionate time for you. I want to pull here some other cards that reflect what's important for you to understand as you're getting ready to make an offer or make a move on someone, is what I'm hearing here. What are some other things for you to know about this? Just know that you're still kind of grounding in all of this information. You're not in the most stable place. You might already feel that. But we've got 2 9s here. Oh, no, we don't. Sorry. 2 aces, though, and 2 pages. The Knight. Yeah, you want to make this love offer. That's the central feeling of this reading. And there's 2 aces here and 2 pages. So she or he, whoever you're wanting to make this love offer towards, might also be in kind of a younger energy, or it could just indicate that you're stepping into a new relationship and it's in an very early stage. And it's also saying stand up for yourself. Like, some of the old patterns might have been passive aggressive, and this is saying you're going to need to be willing to fight for yourself and stand up for yourself and keep track of your own needs in this new relationship. What else? I'm going to pull another one of these rose cards. This is kind of exciting, though. This looks like a really exciting relationship with lots of passion and fire and newness after a time of letting go of some old ways for you. The Healer, it's going to bring in healing, and you've been healing. That's also the sense I have, is that you've almost like you've been getting ready for this relationship to meet it where it's going to ask of you. Really cool. I'm going to ask a little bit of extra about this page. Is this just, what's the page here after the Knight of Cups? This might indicate that the love offer, and then you're going to have to watch and wait for a period while the other party decides how they feel. There might be some long history here, or this could indicate too, because this collaboration is actually showing 2 people robbing someone. And so you might have collaborated with the wrong folks. And now you're going towards a new start, towards the right person. You might have been feeling like you were with the wrong person, because the 3 of Pentacles is usually a positive collaborative card, but here the person's being robbed. So there was something negative about it. What else about this page here? 5 of Wands. The Hermit. So this is warning you to be careful that you're not quick to fight and quick to combat, because those are going to be minor distractions. You need to keep being willing to do your work and going within to make sure you're keeping your own side of the fence clean. Some patterns you might have been in the past was easy to fight, easy to draw swords, easy to battle, quick with a harsh word. And this is saying that's all kind of small play and child's play at this stage. And that's why it's showing up as a page here. So you really need to continue to go within so that you're not doing that kind of behavior, like maybe what would have happened in the past. Let's see what the other person feels. How's the other person feeling? How's your person feeling? Because you're the one that's going to be moving forward here and making this offer. It's like you're working up to it. You're not, there's nothing really holding you back though. That's what I'm seeing here. You're ready to go. You're on fire. But being that lit up can make you a little bit vulnerable to being combative. So just know that. Sometimes relationships that have a lot of combat can be kind of exciting, like an Italian relationship, or, you know, Italian families are kind of known for being really expressive, and things don't fester, things are spoken, right? And that could be, I wish I had treated you better. I wish things could be different. Finding out the truth crushed me. I know I was a distraction from your pain. So this person, the sense I have is that they're still pretty sad about this relationship, and I don't think they have a sense or a knowing that this is even happening and that you're planning on coming forward. So I'm just going to pull one more card, and then we'll call this reading done for the day. I've got lots of work to do with this nice weather. I worked outside all day yesterday, and I am stiff and sore. But I have more work outside to do today since it's nice out. That's why I'm so early trying to do this morning. Final words for you about this relationship. Fork in the road. Card number 13. And it came in the reverse. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. So this is kind of that. I mean, this is all kind of a blessing on this, but you've got a choice to do things differently this time around. This Lover's card means both. The choice that you have to approach love differently, and the fact that this is about a love relationship that's a powerful love relationship. You're at a crossroads, you're at a point where if you're gonna make this offer, it's great, you know, it's just reflecting that. And so this person has no idea, but I have a feeling, is this person gonna feel, this person is hurt, so I think this person's probably gonna feel happy about you making an offer, but I almost closed the reading without asking that, and that would probably be helpful for you to know, and might be something that you're wondering. Is this person going to be open to your offer? Yeah, you don't have anything to worry about. This person's going to be fucking ecstatic for you to come back around, so you don't have anything to worry about. You might have to do some acknowledging here, because this person's hurt. They wish they had behaved differently as well, but they feel hurt by this fact that this ended. So they're going to be delighted that you're coming back in. That's really cool. I don't even have to read that card's message, because look how stoked she is. She's absolutely ecstatic, very happy. So I hope that's helpful to you, and I'll be back soon with some shorts for carryovers for the Obsidian Mirror. And my channel's got a new look. I'm trying to just bring some things together in my life and make them a little bit more cohesive. So thank you again so much for being here. Thank you for the Soleone reading. And good luck making this offer. I'm excited for you. And we'll see you in the next one.